Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to leave this out. We got this far, don't know how. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna light it up tonight. We gonna light it up tonight. We gonna light it up just like the sunrise. We gonna light it up now. Just like a spark that's breaking out. Can't make a stop, can't turn back now. We know that there's no room for doubt. No, we can't turn back now. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna light it up tonight. We gonna light it up tonight. We gonna light it up just like the sunrise. We gonna light it up now.
Ooh, about got you there. Let me know if I'm jumping around. I feel like I'm bouncing. Like, let me know if the internet connection's okay, and we'll keep going. If it isn't, then I'll just turn off my camera, but it should be. I don't know. It just seems like when I was first coming on, it was like bouncing around. So I'll give it a second and see what you guys say. But hello, hi, and welcome. And then there is the other dog. Would you believe it? I'm going to talk to you as I'm going to get the other dog. All right, we got to let her in. All right. We're going to hide from you, Mia, but I guess we're not. All right. Okie dokie. They both wanted to go out there. Sorry about that. They both wanted to go out there a minute ago. And now they're like, oh, you left us out. So sorry about that. But yeah, my lips aren't in sync. That's what I'm thinking. Okay. Let me go out and come back in. See what that does. Make it any better? Nope. I'm going to turn off my camera while I figure this out real quick. Let me think. I'm going to check my internet connection, but I'm going to be like all up in the on the screen. So I'm going to just put it to the iPhone. Actually, you know what I should have done? Let's just do a really quick experiment. usually where if I'm having a problem with my internet, I'll go to my phone and oh, oh, shoot. Sorry, guys. This is a mess. I was just on a whole other tab. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay. Let me see if I unplug it, plug it back in. Maybe I clear. We'll see if that helps any. We'll see if that fixes it. It says, looks like your camera was unplugged. I plugged it in. We usually, man, it's usually not that crazy. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna remove my smile now. Yeah, it's just being really weird, isn't it? Well, I should have done that. I should have did a pre-review before, but yeah, I never had, this is like, it's a great camera. I just had it, I just turned it on right before the live. Okay, we're gonna see what the settings are. Make sure I have it on the right camera. Yep. Maybe it's because I was in 4. Okay, I don't know. Let's see if let's see. I think we're good. Are we good? Are we good? Are we good? I don't know. You guys will let me know. And if we're not good this time, I'll just turn off my camera. But I think I might have knocked something off back there when I was messing with the desk earlier. So I'm sorry about that if that was me. I shouldn't have cleaned my desk. Never again. Okay, thanks, guys. Looks good. Okay. It was really bad there for a minute, wasn't it? I must have knocked a cord. So sorry about that. We're 7 minutes in, that's how I like to do it. I like to keep you guys on your toes. I want to make sure you're paying full attention. First the dog wants in, and then this, that, and the other. Do we have all the lights on? We do. We're good to go. We're good to go. So welcome in, everybody. I did see that we had all 3 mods in here tonight. Whoa, I'm excited about that. And Ladybug, did you send me something? I think I got it, but I don't know. I think it was from you. Just let me know if you sent me something. I'm like, no one else knows where I live. But it was really cute. I opened it. I opened it today. So if that was, and so if it was from you, if it was like a pumpkin, if that pumpkin was from you, let me know. If it wasn't, if someone sent me this cute little pumpkin. It was adorable. And Casey, I forgot to say thank you so much for your month milestone last night. I didn't see it until we were leaving the live, and I saw that I had 2 things starred, and I was like, what? So I'm sorry I didn't see that. Hello, Alexander, and welcome in, everybody. I saw we had some creators in the chat tonight. We got some people in here. It's nice to see y'all. It's nice to see everybody. If you missed last night's live, or was it last night or the night before that we did Idaho? I can't even tell you. It was a good live either way. Even if it wasn't Idaho, it was still a good life. It was actually, I think we did the Brittany guard case. So the night before last, we did a update on Idaho 4, and it was a pretty good one. We had a lot of updates actually to go through. So we're going to go do some more. Go Buckeyes. Hello, Cheryl. Normally I have to catch it later. Joe, I'm glad you called us. What's she making? I know she made something probably. Homemade salted caramel wrap with 0 sugar today. Oh, send one over for Vincent. He loves those drinks. He loves any kind of coffee, and if it's 0 sugar, he'll take a few. Good. Audio's good. Visuals are good. We're good to go. I did not get ready for nothing. Y'all were going to see my face tonight. I was like, they're going to see me. We're going to make this camera work. Now, I always try to have my camera on for you guys. So we're going to start the live off, even though we started it off with the dogs and me and all that. But we're going to start it off with Do you it's a quite okay, so I've been laughing about this for the last couple of days, and I kept forgetting to tell you guys. It's funny, but it's not. I mean, if you have the humor for it, it's funny. But do you think that Bryan Kohberger knows that he has the same tennis shoes as the people from Heaven's Gate? You know, the cult? I'll show pictures. Okay. So let me show you pictures. I didn't bring up Heaven's Gate. Is that what it was? Heaven's Gate. Yeah. Because I was like, wait a minute here. Oh, I'm gonna have to show you this guy too, because this is like the guy. If you don't know, you'll know. So we'll pull up this picture. Okay, basically, Heaven's Gate, you know, there's always like a leader, you know. Well, they had their leader. I can't even tell you his name, but they all ended up committing mass S, and they did it wearing like tracksuits, I believe they wore like tracksuits, and then they wore like these black Nikes with these white stripes, well, white swooshes. So when they said that more Bryan Kohberger video footage had come out, like, and it was showing them in Costco, like we had already seen, and it was showing them like in Albertsons, like we already seen. I'm like, what is this? So what I think it is, I think other stations are getting the same footage and they're putting it out because I didn't see anything different. But you let me know if there is something different and we'll play it. So Heaven's Gate is started with this guy. This guy here. I think it was Adidas tracksuits and Nike. It was the Nikes for sure. Yeah. I don't even remember where I saw that. Like, I don't remember where I heard the story. I mean, I had to have been older. I mean, wouldn't have been young listening to that. But these are the shoes. So these are the shoes that Bryan Kohberger, I have a picture. I just got to get everything pulled up here. But right here. I put a little orange around there for you so you can see it. Orange for, you know, his favorite color. But those are the same Nikes. I'm like, those are the same shoes as Heaven's Gate. I got him where he has like the cold stare straight ahead too. But he looks like he's on a mission, doesn't he? Now, has anybody seen the footage? I'm going to try to get my hands on it. I'm just going to try to do a FOIA just for this specific footage to see what they say. But the footage of him coming back the morning of the murders, like at between 9:12 and 9:30, or was it 9:12 and 9:22? 9:22, 9:32. My time's off there a little bit, but you know, the next morning. So I was like, let me start off with this. Cause I mean, he's wearing the Heaven's Gate shoes. I remember I had a pair. Was it as the decade model? I could see that because I remember I had a pair. I just can't remember what color. They were white. They might have been white with a black swoosh. I mean, I had them forever ago. Like I had them in junior high school, I think. And welcome in, Ashley. How was your birthday yesterday? Did you have a good day? Rest of your night? Okay. I don't know how my tabs got all mixed up like that, but they did. So there are some new documents that came out. We'll go through them. We have the witness list for the prosecution, witness list for the defense. We'll see if we see any names on there that look familiar. I mean, there are some names on there that look familiar, but I don't know all the names on there, not by a long shot. Most of them, I think after a certain point, like on Bryan's, are all like experts. I couldn't think of the word experts. And then I'm not, you know, the prosecution's list, it's very big. It's very big. So we'll go through that. And then just there's some documents that have come out. We'll go through those. And then we'll go through, there was some footage that came out that I didn't know that this came out. And you know me, I'm always about like looking up stuff on Bryan Kohberger. Well, I didn't see that there was some stuff that there's like, who was it? I'm trying to think of the news organization. Idaho Statesman. they came out with a video, and I didn't know that they came out with this, and it shows the route that police say that Bryan took, like the whole route. Like you can see him in the tree line, you can see him coming back. Seems like he does more than what the affidavit says, but he does a whole lot. So I'm going to actually read through the affidavit as we go through it to see exactly if it lines up all the way. But we'll go through this stuff first. And then if you guys don't mind, take a second, hit the like button. I'd really appreciate that. Hey, Trixies, and welcome in, everybody. And hey, 12 gauge. Right. Yeah. Bethany had the proof that exonerate him. And then do you guys remember the one article that came out that one time? And it was talking about a naked guy running through the house or something like that. And they were like, that's the guy, that's who did it, or that's who's going to exonerate Bryan Kohberger. And it was from a magazine that had never wrote another article before that or after that. It was really weird. It was a really weird spot that it was in. Let me know if you guys remember that. They were definitely doing that. Hey, Kara. You remember DM? Yeah. Out on patrol. That's cute. Okay. So this one is just going to talk about unsealing up here. Just that's what it talks about. The unsealing of the final triage of records identified in the order regarding sealed documents. That was on August 4th, 2025. As number 5, 8, 11, 17, and 29 is objected to at least in one party or by both parties, insofar as those records disclose the names and contact information of potential lay witnesses and expert witnesses identified in this case. Citing to the persistent media scrutiny of this case and the fact that some publicly identified witnesses have previously been subject to harassment and other concerning behavior, the parties anticipate that revealing their personal identifying information would constitute an unwarranted invasion of personal privacy. And then it gives the statute codes. It should be redacted. So let's see what he says. I say he says no. Following receipt of the parties' objections to revealing this information, the court requested that each party submit under seal additional information concerning the subject witnesses, including their respective roles in the case, whether their names have been publicly disclosed, and whether they have been actually subjected to harassment or threats. Yeah, he wants to know. I mean, Hitler's are they real threats? Are they, and are they real threats? That's what I would be doing. So the first one is the sheriff's return concerning witness KSF. Oh, you know what? I just realized. I think. Maybe not. Oh, yeah. Huh. I didn't. Okay, call me crazy. I looked through these all earlier, and the other files go with these. Okay, so KSF is Candy Sue Floria. Okay, I don't know who that is, so we're going to share it with you. I'm pretty sure that these are these. It just says there is no further justification under. They're going to say that all of them, why they, it shouldn't be sealed. They're just going to redact this person's address. And that's what they did. They served her personally and it's redacted. Okay, so then we'll go down, we'll go back. We'll go to the next one. And see if I think that I have a few of these. So sheriff's return concerning witness TAD. And that's this one, Timothy A. D. Wolf. And I think that it says that these were all returned because they couldn't find the people. Some of the people they couldn't find. It says the witness now lives and it's redacted. That was part of the stipulation, just to redact the new address of that person. So then the next one is a little bit longer, and it's the state's amended notice of compliance and motion to seal state's amended witness list. There is no further justification under ICR to warrant the continued sealing of this document and no valid basis for redactions. This document identifies the names of witnesses, both expert and lay, disclosed by the state in this case. The majority of the witnesses whose names have been publicly identified have reported no threats or harassment as a result. Of the few publicly identified witnesses who have experienced past threats and harassment, they are largely individuals who had a prominent role in the case. Okay. You think people are done with this case? Hippler, anybody over there in Idaho? Because you're gonna, I don't know. I feel like these names are gonna be, people are gonna have like those little bulletin boards with the little string. But there's a lot of names, so before anyone does that. But I have a feeling like they could. But they're just like, oh, they were just because, they were involved in the case. That's why. Oh, no, there was a little more to it than that. But I'm just they had a prominent role. Further, so do you, I don't know. Do you think that if they would have not redacted like any addresses or telephone numbers, that somebody wouldn't have called Bethany or Dylan by now? Not a chance in hell that nobody would. They would. Or any of the kids on that list. If they had their phone numbers or their addresses, they would try to reach out. Or on the list with Kohberger. Same with him, like people like he went to school with. So the majority of the witnesses whose names have been publicly identified have reported no threats or harassment as a result. I'm sorry, I read that. Further, there have been no reported episodes of threats or harassment that have placed a witness's life or safety in danger. Are you sure about that? I know that the internet is big. And I know that there are a lot of people that were gunning for some of those people in this, like some of the witnesses in this case, survivors, the whole fraternity. Everyone was, everybody. So they're going to unseal this. It says, in other words, there has not been a compelling showing that a person identified on a witness list will likely face threats or harassment of such a degree to outweigh the public's right to access, particularly given the time that has passed and the corresponding reduction in public furor. But is this like fury? Like, what is this? I'm gonna look it up. It's not saying what it means. Do you think that okay, an outbreak of public anger or excitement, if that's what that means? Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I was sharing this with you. I thought I switched it back. I don't know. It hasn't been that much time. We would still be in a trial right now if Bryan wouldn't have, if he would have went to trial. So I don't know if the public furor is really low. The public now has direct access to the most relevant evidence in the case. No. I'm going to say no again. Man, I'm saying no to a lot of stuff in this document. I don't agree with it. We've gotten a handful of pictures here, a handful of pictures there. We had terabytes. Where's the terabytes? Because this is all of it. And Ann couldn't get through this. Then you need to fire her. State of Idaho, they need to just take her bar association. She just needs to go back to school or something. I don't know. Because we didn't get all of it. We didn't get near any of it, in my opinion. I can tell you exactly what we've gotten, if you want to know. We've gotten 1 body cam footage from Officer Noon, 6 different body cam from Officer Snyder, 2 from Gunderson, 3 from Warner. We had got an interview from Bethany. We got 1 and a quarter interview from Dylan. I don't know if that 2 interviews from Dylan. Jack Decor, we got 1 interview. Hunter Johnson 1. Jack Showalter, a phone interview. And then now we have the BK surveillance that I'm going to show you tonight. That's what we've gotten in terms of body cams and interviews. We've gotten some reports from Moscow Police Department. I'll tell you how many. 314. ISP. 207. And then we got the first set of photos that we're supposed to get, like 86. We got 23 of those. ISP sent out photos. I don't know exactly how many there are. There's a bunch. And then they sent out a second drop, a third drop. Did we go through the third drop? We had to have. Yeah, we did. I'm pretty sure. There's just been, but this isn't like that. This is not as much as we should be having, I would say. Yeah. Well, I'm just saying she had all those years. I'm wondering if he was like telling her, I don't know. I don't know. It's just 2.5 years is a long time. I don't know why they didn't have Jay Logston doing it. Okay. So, eyes. I scratched my eyes, sorry. It says the public now has the direct access. Okay. So while some of the listed witnesses may be contacted by the media and potentially harassed or threatened, this remote potential does not justify the continued sealing of the record. Consequently, the record will be unsealed. Okay. So, and we'll see that here in a little bit. So then the sheriff's return concerning a witness, YR. I do not know how to pronounce that name. Yesenia Rajo, maybe, I don't know. But they were not found return to service. So, and I think that was no, there's one more. Okay, and then they said for this one, I'm sorry, they're going to unseal it. And then there's no further justification to warrant the continued sealing of this document, and it's the witness list. It's the defendant's mitigation witness list. And then they wanted one person's full name be redacted. And we have that. So we'll look at that here in a minute too. And then item 41 on exhibit S1. So to state supplemental response to defendant's request for discovery. Item 41 must remain sealed as it recites the unrelated criminal history of witnesses who did not testify in this case, which likely would have been inadmissible even if the witnesses had testified. The unsealing of this record would contravene the privacy concerns of these individuals and likely subject them to reputational harm, thus pursuant, and it gives the code. And it should remain sealed. So there must be, I must not saw the ones that were sealed. When I was looking through in this list. Okay, so we'll go to the state's witness list first. And they're pretty long, so probably butcher these poor people's names. Yeah, I'm definitely going to. We're like, be like, can you tell me how to say these? Agbenyaya. Okay, Derek Agbenyaya. If anything sounds like it's like you're like, oh, that kind of sounds familiar, then we'll stop him and let me know. And these are in like, I think alphabetical order, not alphabetical order, but they're in some sort of A, B, C, D order. This is for the state. So you'll see that the state and the defenses, like the witness list looks a little bit different. But then Allison Ackerman, William Adams, Sean Aheron, Emily Allant, we know who that is, Karen Allant. So this is for the state. Courage Arbor. Okay, why would I'm sorry. I don't know how to say the last name, but Courage. Who named you that? Daniel Anderson, Gary Anderson, Jeff Anderson, Kenneth Anderson. It's a lot of Andersons. Jacob Archer, Sharon Arendano, James Akeley, Jenny Ayers, Beverly Bafus, Eric Bailey, Nick Balance. Is that name so? Okay, maybe. Sandra Barasukas. I could be butchering all these too. Sorry, guys, if I am. Cole Barenberg, Wyatt Barry, Heather Barnhart, Jared Barnhart, Mason Barstow, Lyndon Beck, Jacqueline Bellevue, Dustin Blaker, officer, Kenny Bonifin, Den, first name is Den, Boker, Jennifer Braun, Brandon Briscoe, Vince Brawning, Sadie Buck, Patrick Butner, Carolina Calvin, Paige Carter, Brooke Chamberlain, Hunter Chapin, Maisie Chapin. We know who they are. Connor Chestnut, Nate Clements, Henry Clark, Gary Cooper, Lynn Cartwright, Shane Cox, Sean Crompton, Catherine White Dace. Okay, so maybe she got married or something. Sarah in parentheses. Dawn Daniels, officer. Andrew Davis, Gary Dawson, Elizabeth D'Angelo, Justin Deanne, Jack DeCore, Chelsea Deischer, James Deskins, Mike Douglas, Darren Duke, officer, Peter Elagoria. I'm probably saying that way wrong. John Fletcher, Candy Floria, Kane. Wait, that was the other person's name too. There was another Floria, but I don't know who that was now. Kane, Brant. Okay. Anybody by the name of Kane? Is there a Higgins on here? Oh, did I say not even know it? Or I didn't say it yet, did I? We're gonna have to. Okay, we need to get DNA test on Ashley done. Bethany Funk, Jason Gage, Eddie Garcia, Darren Gilbertson, another officer, Shannon Glinsky, Nicholas Graybeal, Eric Grauer. I think that might be an officer too, maybe. Eric Grauer. That looks familiar, but no, I don't know. Don't quote me on that one. Shane Gunderson, Peggy Gunn, Charlotte Padlock, Nicole Heideman, Cody Herman, and Marzarine Higgins. Marzarine. Is that how you say it? Or Mazarine? Who named you Mazarine? Kind of like Nazarene. I'm so- I shouldn't be making fun of nobody because my mom did me dirty. She did. Tanya with an A. Come on now, you know. I got Tanya today, and I said, "Yep, that's me." Like I don't even just. That's my name, Tanya or Tanya, whichever you want to call. Oh, there's more. Oh, you guys weren't sick of me, were you? Saying names yet? Hopefully not. Rob Hilly or Hill, Carrie Hogan, Ryan Hoxie, Diana Huffman, Alexandria Embril, Anthony Emmel, Hunter Johnson, you know who that is, Quinn Kelly, Jessica Kelly, Amanda Kohberger for the state. Okay. Huh. But Melissa isn't on here. Okay, I got questions. Okay. I have questions because on the defense's witness list, I was looking earlier and it had Amanda, her sister Melissa, and Marianne and Michael, all of them. Huh. So what do you think that the state wanted to know from her? Or what she knew? What do you know? What do you know? Are you is she going to be the one that's going to write the book? See, but this is for the state. So maybe the state wasn't going to call Michael or them. But it does say something if they were going to call his sister, to me anyway. I mean, the only reason I would be like, huh, would be like if she was there the night he got arrested or something, you know? I don't know. So let's keep on going. But yeah, keep that in the back of your mind, you know, like why don't they have anybody else? And you'll see them on the defense's list. So we have Jason Knight, Michael Lang, Roger Lanier, officer, Josie Josette, Lauterin. Lauterin. Oh wait, hold on. That's not the okay, never mind. I was thinking of something else totally. Okay, never mind. Sorry. I was thinking of something totally different. Okay. Um, John Lawrence, Justin Leary, Vincent Lopez, Karen Lowe, Catherine Mabbitt. Kathy Mabbitt would be on there. Cassie Macy. Taylor Mychek, Christopher Manier. That might be an officer too, I think. Tara Martinez, Jason Maslin, William Maynard, Jenna McClure, Lakeland, McComas, Donald McDonald. Donald McDonald. The Ron. The Ron? Is it the Ron or the Dawn? This is the Dawn. They need the Dawn. The Donald McDonald. Who did that to him? I'm sorry, that's funny. That one's got me out. Donald McDonald. You know, in school, I would be like, only ask me if I'm here, present. Like, if you're going to call me by my first and my last name, I want to hear everyone say Donald McDonald. Donald McDonald. Instead of the Ronald. It's the Don instead of the Ron. Carol McKenna, Anne Marie McMahon. I'm sorry, that one has me that taken out though. Molly McMichaels. Oh. Well, apparently, she may have seen something if they have her on the witness list here for the prosecution, huh? Jarrett Micklow, Jade Miller, James Millar, Michael Mocaldo, Riley Moreland, Aaron Morris, Dylan Mortensen, Lawrence Mallory, officer, Brian Mucklin, Lene Mueller, Timothy Mullen. That name sounds familiar too. Maybe an officer. There's just been so many names in this case, I feel like. Annette Murphy, Bill Mayers, Melanie Nolly, something. Okay, we're going to say, I don't know how to pronounce this. And it's going to be something like Coy. I was right. Are you kidding? The one I can get right. Okay. Out of all the names, Khoi. I knew that one. I knew one. Bryan Knoll, Ann Nord, Rylan Nolan, Mitch Nunes, officer, Annette Aldo, Ryan O'Neill, Brett Payne, officer, Amelia, I don't know. Pend. Okay, you guys, why do people try to really make me pronounce her name like this? Amelie Pendle, Bianca Perez. See, that's easy. I can do that. Nick Pierce, Braden Paulo, Maureen Polton, Hugh Powell, Alex Prostico, Rebecca Quinn, Justin Javon Reed, Jeremy Reagan. Why we got Jeremy Reagan on the witness list? He should have been. Why do we have DNA Jeremy on the witness list? What's he going to be able to testify to? Now, just no one go bother DNA Jeremy, but Jeremy's been out of this. Well, maybe he's going to make a second comeback. Gideon Roberts, Jonathan Rolzinski, Christopher Richard, Chris Rockert, Charlotte Schmidt, Lorelei Schreier. Now this looks like her first name, Jen, and this looks like her last name, Shujoko. Jake Schweck, Jeremy Seat, David Sepp, is David Sepp one of Kohberger's teachers? Why do I feel like I've seen that on like a paper or something somewhere? That would have been Amanda. Yeah, that would have been Amanda. Right? Yeah. Oh, Enan. Oh, look. He shouldn't be because we would have already went through it. Because it's Enan Harsh, isn't it? Yeah, he's not on here. They probably didn't want nothing to do with that guy after he was like, there was a scream and then there wasn't a scream. And then there was like, all the things. Jeremy Shepard, John Showalter. Oh, John Showalter. Or is his real name? I don't know. Venus Sign. That was the one that did the autopsies. Kate Siri, Tim Smallridge, Corbin Smith, Jeffrey Smith, Jeff Small, Timothy Snell, which is ISP, Ryan Snyder. I'm not talking to you, sorry. She's listening. And then Michael Soto Longo. I like that last name. And then we got Luke. Okay, maybe I could make this a little bit bigger. Stringer, Brayson, Sturk, Paulette Sutton, Jeff Talbot, I think that's officer too, Jeff Tanzola, Joseph Trano, Mark Trevelpiece, Bill Trombley, Justin Turretine, Neil Urig, Mike Van Leuven, Danny Vargas, officer, Chase Ward, Tino White, or Walt Hall, Eric Warner, officer, I believe, Christian Westring. The only Christian that I know of, I don't know why this is in the yellow. I might have accidentally did that. But that could have been the same Christian person. Maybe no, that was Christian Martinez. Never mind. Just kidding. That's not the same person. That's not the neighbor of Bryan. So Sophia Whitehead, Chad Williford, Stephanie Wilt, Jared Whitmere, Sean Wright, Matthew Wysocki, Shane Yellen, Haley Youngling. That's a lot of people. We would have been, oh my goodness. That's just the prosecutions. Like, what would we do with ourselves with that many people they'd have to go through? I mean, this is not, we've watched a lot of trials on this channel. Like, you normally don't even see, but at a handful, usually, like a handful for, each side. Yeah, I feel like this is a pretty big witness list. Yeah, maybe they did, Ladybug. Yeah, hit the like button for your girl. That helped me out a lot. So now let's move over to the defense. And this is going to be their witness list. You know what I wish we could have done? I guess we could still do it. Maybe I'll do this. I'm going to go through them tomorrow and I'm going to see who's on both sides, who's on both papers. Because we do have Amanda Kohberger, and it says like this isn't the order like necessarily that they are going to be called in, but this is the list. So Angela Alvarez, Ann Parham. I know that person's from Monroe County because I remember reading the stuff about her. Anastasia Hurt Morin, Ariel Meyer, Ashley Detour, Aubrey Scott, Augustine Atta, Brandon Andriola, and then somebody with just the initials CE. They got lucky there. Christian Maynard. That's the guy that was on, that came and he did like a 10-minute video on his like how he I think that him and Bryan went to school together and how he knew Bryan, and he was a really sweet guy. You could tell by looking at him, he would not harm a fly. I think he had glasses. He ended up commenting actually on my post not too long ago, just a couple weeks ago. And really, really good, nice person. But that's who that is. And he was like sitting in like, I think in like a recliner or something when he was talking. It was a very short video. It wasn't out for clout. He wasn't out here for any of that. It wasn't like he was trying to grow a huge channel or anything. He, like a lot of the other people that everybody else has come out. But I think that was his name. I know it was. So Craig Hemmings, Dale Willits, Dan Carroll, Daniel Parfit, David Macon, Aline Novik Cohen, Aline Ryan, and that was an expert. So these were previously already disclosed. So Ellen Trexler. So that's why I'm like thinking maybe a lot of these are experts. But I don't know. Estevan Pena, Ethan Ogden, Eugene Miller, Flavio Alvarez. Okay, this one I don't know. I'm not even going to try. We'll just see what it says. Garv Narong, Jake Voigt, James Aiken, Janice Saylor, Jeffrey Clutter, Jeffrey Lewine, and that was an expert, Jennifer Malronas, Jesse Harris, John Edens, John Snyder, Jolie Brams. She has a PhD expert. Justin Reed, Catherine Ramslin. She's on there for the defense, not for the prosecution. So Loraz Tate, Madeline, Ann Zinger, Maggie Sanders, Mark Borosi, Mary Hunt, Marianne Kohberger, Melissa Kohberger, Michael Kohberger, Michael Perchuk, Michael Bolger DeSales, Michelle Bulger. That's the one that gave him, I think, he's the greatest of all time. And she's the one that recommended him, for the PhD out in Washington State. I'm wondering if these professors, when they got together, right, they talked about Kohberger, and they were like, who the hell was this lady that recommended him, right? Hasn't recommended one other person. Did she just start the day before? Is that why she had only recommended one other person before, Bryan? Because, I mean, he was getting in trouble everywhere, every school he's ever been in. Must have just been good there. Rachel Lawson. And she is that's the psychiatrist lady, I think. I want to know who Randall Kohberger is. And also Scott Kohberger. I wonder if those are Michael's brothers, or I don't know why I'm assuming maybe like a relative. So, Richard Conboy. I want to know how to say this. Schleiner? Okay, I want to know how to say it, so we're going to have to listen.
Skylar.
That's Skylar? I knew it was going to be something like that. I knew it. Who the heck's spelling their kid's name like this and naming them Skylar? Coming from somebody with an A, Tanya as their name. If you told me that was Skylar, we would be fighting. That is true. Yeah, I guess I think she only did know him as an online student. I think you might be right. Yeah. I used to work we're going to take a little side skirt here, but I used to work at a boutique. And we used to have those stupid chalkboard things, like, right, or they write the people's name on them. I would love people's names on those boards. I would love to write your name. But when you tell me your name and it's Skylar and I spell it Skyler or maybe LAR, one of the two, and you come and you're giving me the look of death, like you're going to rip my eyes out of my face, and you're like, it's not spelled that way. It's Schuyler. It happened before. I had a name. It was like Jasmine, and it started with like a Z or something. No, that would even make more sense than what this name's. I can't remember. It was so crazy how this name was spelled. And this person was mad. It wasn't me. I didn't spell that. It was someone I was working with. But that is not Skylar. Maybe that's a good thing they spelled your name like that. I mean, that's awful. This is really bad. Like, I know I've been kidding around, but that's bad. He can't go nowhere new. He can't meet nobody new. Can't go nowhere new after they find out what his name is. They'll know it, and then he can't go anywhere new. William Searfrost Jr. Why does that name sound familiar too? Anna Kane, Anthony Soma, Louis Scaffery. I don't see any, creators on this list for the defense, like they were maybe thinking that they were going to be. They thought they were going to help Kohberger out. Mr. Kohberger, number one, let's just be real, okay? But we'll call him this because it's still June 9th, 2025. This is backwards. Reserves the right to call witnesses to impeach or rebuke the government's case. Furthermore, Mr. Kohberger reserves the right to amend this list as witnesses become known and to call as witnesses individuals who have been disclosed as potential witnesses by the state and any other persons who are named by the state within discovery materials. We would never take that from you. But you guys took our trial away from us. Just saying. And it makes sense to me now why why. Okay, like, do you guys remember Ethan's parents didn't want it to go trial? They wanted him to they were good with this, like they were so good with him pleading guilty and doing all that. Well, look, I mean, they have 2 kids that would have been called. That would have been awful, right? And then, I mean, so if you're there, you have to be there anyway. I would have said the same thing. I would have been like, okay, let's go to the trial then. Let's go. Because I mean, our kids are on the list. And those are the two names that are probably like the saddest. That and Bryan Kohberger's family's names, because they don't deserve to be on those lists either, right? I mean, if my brother did something out in Idaho and I'm all the way out here in Ohio and they called me and they were like, we need you to come out here, and I would be like, I don't know who that is. I wouldn't say that. Hey, Aries. I wouldn't say that. But, I would be like, what do you mean? What do you mean? So let me get that video up for us. Let me see. Was there anything else? I think all of the videos that they came out with, right? Like over the last couple of days, they've shown Kohberger in I have a freaking membership there too, Costco. So they have him in Costco. We've already seen that. We already saw him when he went into Costco. And then we see him shopping in Albertsons. Like we saw him in the checkout line and then walking out. Same thing. But what I didn't notice, I guess, earlier from those tapes, let me see if I can pull it up. Okay. Do you guys remember when we were looking at Bryan Kohberger and he was wearing like that morning, the picture with the thumbs up? Remember, that was before he went and did all this. So he started doing this in that afternoon time. Well, I had always said I thought that shirt looked like a pale green to me. Lo and behold, it was green. It wasn't white. It was green. I'm wondering if this was the same shirt he wore whenever he was like leaving to sales. The kid doesn't look like he probably bought himself much of anything new. I mean, he probably just kept his stuff nice. Like he probably just cleaned like his shoe. I mean, look at him in jail, prison, cleaning his shoes, right? Maybe that's what he did there. But you do see him over like in the self-checkout lane. Let me see. Actually, let me show you here. Here we go. Like you'll see him over here in the self-checkout line. He's just putting his stuff away. I thought we've already seen these. I know we saw him walking in. Maybe we never saw him walking out. But I could have sworn we did. Hey, Deborah. Oh, did he already? Oh, no, he's still over there. He's putting his money in. Look, he's paying cash. Just notice that. Stop this and go back. How do you go back? Okay. Do you see him putting the little money in the machine? If he was paying with his credit card, he would be going up above the machine. He would be going to like where you punch in your telephone number or whatever, for your points, slide your card. But he goes to the front of the machine and puts it in. Well, let's see if we can go back a little bit further. Let's see how much money he puts in there. Now I'm invested. Okay, we're going to go back a little bit further. I'm like, now I'm invested in this. Okay, so he goes up. Well, I don't know what that is in his hand, but they could tell. I need to be able to, I'm going to zoom in and we'll have to look. I'll have to download this video sometime soon and we'll try to like zoom in. So he did press in something there. Maybe that was for his points. Or maybe it was just to press for his card, or his cash or whatever he's going to put in. Because it looks like he puts cash in. See, like bends down. That's cash. Yeah, that's definitely cash. It's not very big, but let me see if I can make it a little bigger for you guys. Now you'll see him like he'll bend down right here. I can say that with like 99.99999% certainty. That's what he's doing. And I'm only saying that because I use self-checkouts like every other day. Or every day, probably almost. That's sad, but it's sad but true. But yep, there he put his money back in his pocket. Oh, he puts his wallet in his front pocket. Doesn't that bother you, Kohberger? Oh, his mom and dad taught him that trick, I bet. Now, it almost looks like milk. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but it almost looks like milk. Starbucks bottled coffee, that's what it was, wasn't it, PKC? We did find out what he got in his bag. We did find out. He did, because then he went over, and because we were wondering why he didn't go to the little kiosk place, the little Kate's Cup of Joe. Oh, I keep messing this computer up. I don't know how I do that. Like, if you click a certain spot, it just takes the whole screen away. I don't know how I can fix that. Okay, let me get rid of all of this stuff that's all around. It's like all the... Okay. I can go ahead and close this on Heaven's Gate. It was just that made me laugh. I mean, that's definitely the shoes. Definitely the shoes. See if we can walk by one more time, so you can check out the Nikes. I might have to get a pair. I'm thinking I need a pair. The old Bryan Kohberger classics. The cult classics. Oh, yeah, you do have to pay for them. PKC, you're right. That you have to pay for them in California, too. It's craziness. Every time me and Vincent will go leave his mom's house, his mom's like, don't forget to take a bag. And I'm like, and then we get to where we're at, like Target is usually where we go, or somewhere, and like to grab something, and we'll be like, oh, that's why we needed a bag. Makes perfect sense. But the bags out there are way nicer. Like, their plastic bags are like thicker to where you can use them multiple times if you wanted to. But just to let you know, if you ever shop at Target, you can get like 5 cents back or 10 cents back. I know it's not a lot, but if you bring your own bags, that's all you have to do. Really, Lee, you have to pay a few cents there too? Man, I would just have to remember to bring my bags. I have a bog bag too, and I just put all my bags inside of that. It's a beautiful thing. So this doesn't have any volume to it. I mean, it does. It has volume here and there, but it just has like where it's picking up the cameras. Like, the cameras are picking him up. So I'll basically kind of talk in between then, So you guys are just sitting here like, what's going on? But the Idaho Statesman put this out. Apparently, they got more footage from the night of the murders, and this is actually what the state was intending on using. So this is how they got it. I don't know how they did a FOIA request, but they got State's Exhibit 1. I'm pretty sure that's what this was going to be, State's Exhibit 1. It'll tell us here in a second. So I'll read this to you in case you're not like looking at the screen. But it just says, early on November 13th, 2022, Bryan Kohberger drove his white Hyundai Elantra through the King Road neighborhood in Moscow. Read that one more time, because this is proven. For the people in the back, early on November 13th, 2022, BK drove his white Hyundai Elantra, through the King Road neighborhood in Moscow. I guess I could have sped that part up a little bit. Police gathered evidence showing suspect vehicle 1 for trial, but it has not before been made public. So look at his eyes there. His little pupils are small. Now, remind me, I know this is going to sound ignorant, because I am being ignorant right now, because I don't know the answer. Are your eyes usually tiny pupils if you're on a substance, or are they like usually big if you're on a substance? Or does it just depend on like the drug? I just know a lot of people were saying that they thought that Bryan Kohberger could have maybe still been on drugs. I just know his pupils look very small. because I thought your pupils got bigger when they would look into a light. It could be either. Thank you. Usually bigger. That's what I thought. I thought it was bigger. Because like I have one prosthetic and one good, and I remember the matching mine up. And I'm like, don't make them too like weird looking, you know what I mean? Too big or anything. Like make them match. But yeah, he looks like a deer in the headlights there, doesn't he? Oh, I thought I paused it. So video footage from homes and businesses showed Kohberger circled the area before the murders and then returned to Pullman. Okay. And then it just says most of the video that follows contains no audio. And it's going to tell you what road he's on and everything. Drive. That's the road that's like directly behind the house. This is the gas station. That was the Sunset Mart. I'm pretty sure that's the gas station that got the footage of him. But then Ridge Road number 2 camera, or camera number 2. And this is at 3:29. And then this is the Linda Lane, one of the videos. I think this is 13:20 because then there's 13:30 beside it. And this is their neighbor's house. I think we've all seen this kind of footage. So this starts at 3:33. And then it wraps around to the Linda Lane footage, the 3:30 or 13:30, sorry. And this is at 3:30. So 3:30 to 4:30 would have been the window that you would have wanted to watch the Linda Lane footage in order for you to get, this right here. This Linda Lane footage. So 3:30 to 4:30 would have been the best time to watch it if you wanted to see anything on it. He's just cruising around. And have you noticed he's the only car? Like, he's the only car cruising around. There's not like there's other cars that are out. I mean, this is Saturday. It is early morning. So Sunday, I'm sorry. But people, if they're partying from the night before, you would think maybe you'd see a couple here and there, like a couple people, a couple cars. I think you see one person that comes out of this home and then like they disappear and then that's it. Now, I still don't think this is the best footage I've ever seen. I would have had to have seen the FBI, match up the cars or something, like overlay it and be like, this is what, how we knew it was his car. And then you can see him back there. So I don't know. So then this person comes out, you can barely see them, but they're like walking. They're like, the camera can barely even pick them up. So they look like they're see-through. But I don't know if they come out of this door right here. So they come from around this car, the white car back here. You can see them like crossing the street. This is on Paradise Drive. And then it's 3:35, so it's only been, or 3:38 now, but when he was on that road, it wasn't. So now he's coming back around. So 3:38. That's not long. I mean, he was cruising around there for a while. It might have been from the 1112. Yeah, they had no cameras at the Kingred house. Yeah. Good thing for this camera, right? And I think that that's probably maybe what they were. I don't know. It's a good camera position to have, right? You're seeing the cars coming in right on off of the road. There's only one way in and one way out, right? Well, you're getting it. And you have that high deck too, so it's like a good spot. And these light bulb cameras, I'm saying it for the last like 2.5 years. I'll say it again. They work really well. If you guys can't afford a good camera, get one of these. They work pretty well for what you need it for. They're like $16. We did like me and Vincent actually did a whole experiment with those cameras, like with that camera. We did all kinds of fun stuff with it. I keep telling you guys I need to like give it away or something. Do something like, I don't know, something special with it. Oh, you're okay, Cheryl. So it's 3:40 now. Every opportunity to just be like, I'm going to go home. I wonder if he was wearing a tracksuit this night. Like, this is a lot. He's circling. This ain't just a 3 initial passes. Here he comes back again. I wish those girls would have had a camera as well, you know? Don't know if it would have helped if it wasn't like in the back or if it wasn't in a certain, spot, but because the only person that we end up seeing is, just Molly McMichael on camera. Whenever she pulls up for the DoorDash order, she, goes up to the door, and then she comes out. I don't even know if they show her on this one. They should. Because I think I got to like right here. So we're at 353. Oh, he's just cruising. $356. It's just now about to be 357. So now 357 when he's coming around the corner. It's 358. Just in case you guys aren't watching the screen, I'm just telling you the times. But leave it again. What was that? 4? That was 5, I think. That was the 5th, I think, or 4. And now he's coming back in again. Oh, he's a terrible driver. That's why he knows it. He's been pulled over like 7 times out there. Not really that many. I don't know how many times. It was like, well, I mean, when he moved, 2 times on the way back home, 2 times that we know of, 2 or 3 times when he was in Idaho, he got pulled over. So, or 1 in Washington State, 1 in Idaho, and then 2 on the way home. So that's 4. And I know I'm probably missing 1 or 2. So they might have watched them on the other side of the street. I think that they saw Kaylee and Maddie come home from the other side of the street. So there was a house, and I believe could even be Showalter's. I don't even know whose house it is, but it's across the street and they have a camera there. I'm pretty sure they have a camera. I based this on it was blurred out at the same time as this house was blurred out and like the King Road house. And I'm thinking that they blurred out the houses with the video, like surveillance or just something that they could get a camera off of. Now, maybe with the ring, they could only get it for like, a certain amount of time. I'm not sure, but I think that that's where they would have saw that. So, because like if you're looking at the house, it's just like up 1 from here. It's right across the street from the King Road residence. So I think that's probably the one that they're thinking of. Either that, or it could have been this one right here, because they knew the private party that took Maddie and Kaylee home. If Olivia saw that car pull down this road, this time she's just going to assume that her sister and Maddie are in the car. That's what I would say it too, if it was this house. So it could be either one. I remember hearing them say that they saw them come home. It's probably just across it's probably across the road at that house. And then it says, prosecutors believe the 4 victims were killed in a 13-minute span between 4:07 and 4:20. Okay. I forgot that we could just like keep it going. So then this is at 4:20:45. He is peeling out of there faster than like that. If there was a sale at Macy's at 4:21 about to happen. Look at this. I mean, he's like hauling ass. Like if there was somebody standing out in the road or crossing the street, it would have been bad news for them. Not as leisurely, you know? And then we'll see him come back up here too. Like he's going to be going fast. Is that Murphy? I thought I heard a dog bark. So then Johnson Avenue in Pullman, Washington. Look, he's trying to get home. He is a man on a mission to get home. Bishop Boulevard in Pullman. Is he going fast or is it just me? Maybe it's just me. Do you think he's going fast? Like, if that was my hometown, we'd be pulled over in a second. Look at him go. He ain't getting on a highway, so he's stopping at a stop sign. He better slow down. This is the university, I think, isn't it? Now they're going back to Sunset Mart. Never mind. Okay, so this is going to be when he was in, okay, Clarkston. Okay. Well, I want to see more footage of this night and more of the drive. But yeah, so I don't know what's different about this one or if there's anything different about this Costco interaction. I don't think there is. We'll kind of go through it and we'll look. But this is where she stops him and she's like, no, card. Because at Costco, they don't mess around with they want your card. At our Costco, there's like a little thing you put your card up to and like it reads it for you or something. They don't have like these door greeters. They do. They still have them like, hello or whatever. Now Sam's Club, walk in there like you own the place. They're not going to ask for your card. This lady, she was on one that day. She's like, he ain't going to walk in here like with his Heaven's Gate tennis shoes on thinking I'm not going to stop him. Look at those size 13 shoes. Man, his feet look bigger than a 13 to me, actually. Those feet look bigger than a 13. My brother used to wear a 15. My brother still wears a 15, not used to. Probably, I think it's just a 15. I don't think it got any bigger than that. He had some big feet, though. There's his car. Just cruising because, he can't get into the Costco. He just wanted a coffee. That's where your Costco wholesale is, where you're going to stop for a coffee. No, when there's a Kate's Cup of Joe right here. I think he wanted to go to Kate's, but he didn't know how to go to Kate's. I don't think he could figure out how to get over there. That's just, I don't know. That's just my personal opinion. I think he just didn't know how to get over there, really. And then he's at the Albertsons, of course. Like, I think it's all the same. Which is crazy because a lot of people are putting this out as like brand new, not a lot of like creators like me, like, creators like me, like, but a lot of people are putting this out as like new, like Fox News and stuff. And I'm like, no, this is the same video we saw. I said, unless I'm missing something, and I could be. Look at him walking. Say no more. 2146 or 163214. I know what it is. I got a bad gait too. It's just the gait. It's just the way you walk, bro. You have no confidence in them hips. No confidence. He definitely, look, he's like definitely beelined it for the coffee, maybe. Oh, maybe they just sped him up over there, but he got the biggest one he could get. You know what I find funny? Like, because he did have to pick a couple different, like, it looked like screens. I wonder if he did put in like any sort of phone number for a rewards program, right? Because like, I mean, it's happened before. People have bought like things at Walmart when they've killed someone. Went to Walmart, used cash, but used their like, they used to have a rewards program there or something. I heard a story on it. And they got caught doing that. Dummies. I mean, even like burner phones aren't even a thing anymore. You can find out a burner phone's account holder if you need to. The cops can. We found that out in the Oklahoma case. Tiffany bought the 3 cell phones from the Walmart, and they knew. They were like, "Yeah, you bought them on things or on 2 days before, or 2 days." It was like the day before. There he goes. The day before Valentine's Day. Oh my. Where's he going? How far did you park, bro? You drive a Hyundai Elantra. Why are we parking all the way out there? Where? Oh, there's his car, but I don't know where it was. Maybe on the other side of this black or this dark truck. Guess it's not that far. When you've got metal in your legs and metal in your foot, that might be a little far. And I walk pretty far. That was pretty far. Right? Yeah. Someone was saying earlier, I thought I heard someone say like something about burner phones. We'll never know about it. We'll never know because it's burner phones. And like, no, you know, no burner phones and burner phones. They're going along with technology. I mean, they're coming right along, right? Everyone's getting in trouble for everything nowadays, right? Nobody is against the next to not get in trouble. Okay, well, I think that's all I have up here. I mean, I could find other things, you know me. Let's see, what do I have? Oh, tomorrow I have so much good stuff to show you over Ellen Greenberg. In that case, I have to still do my 3rd episode and put it on Patreon. I'm going to write that down so I won't forget to do that. I should just do it tonight while I'm sitting in bed, because then I can watch it. I think I might. I think I just might. And I put right here, Casey 1 month. So I wouldn't forget to tell you earlier, Casey. Because I was like, oh man, as soon as I ended the live, I felt so bad. I was like, oh no. Because I don't like missing milestones. And I bet you Ladybug maybe even said something and I just didn't even see it. Hey, Reba. Oh, you found a good couch? Can't beat that. I'm getting ready to have my couch cleaned in a couple of days. My friend got me that for my birthday. She knows, she's like my best friend. And I'm like, how did you know me like that? Like, I don't talk to her like that. I haven't talked to her in forever, really. Like, and I never talk about my cleaning stuff. I don't, other than to you guys, you're the only ones that know how OCD I am. Nobody would know. No one knows but you all. My psychiatrist, really. And Vincent, because he lives with me. But yeah, and my brother now knows because I had to ask him about his. Did you have one of those? You found one on Marketplace? How much do they want? A bunch? I feel like I need it. Like the nature scene. We're talking about the 80s couch. A Broyhill sectional. Well, infidel. You must be rolling in the money there, infidel. That'll last you forever. It should. If it's like the old Broyhill, I literally just got rid of an old Broyhill table that my mom had from when I was a baby. Like I was probably not like a baby, but I was probably between the ages of 3 and 5 when she got it. I know definitely had it at 5. So we probably got it around that age, but it was Broyhill. And I remember my mom telling me the name of it. And she said, my aunt actually had bought in the tables and then she sold them to my mom, but she sold them to her for like what she paid for them. And my mom told me everything when I got older. So my mom was like, she was just like, oh my gosh, saying something about my aunt and like, it just made me laugh, about how she charged her for the Broy Hill tables. Well, then I ended up having one of those end tables. It was from her living room set. It somehow floated its way to her bedroom. And then when we got like a new table set or something, and then it floated its way to my house when my mom passed away. It was just something that I got with her stuff. And then I'm like, this table is breaking. It's just like it. I mean, it was. I'll be 40 in a couple of days, so it was a long time. It was an old table, probably. But you know what? If I would have got new hardware for it underneath, and like just and sanded it and painted it, it would have been brand new. It would have probably been looking good. Oh, they have all 4 pieces? Dang, Reba. They probably want like your firstborn for that. That's 80s nostalgia. The 80s couches we're talking about with the nature scene on the back of them. They're all brown. They were the brown. That's like the original beige. That's like the original beige person. Like the beige aesthetic. Not like physical person, but 300? I'm over here trying to figure out how I'm going to fly that couch over. Yeah, you should get it. Definitely should get it. I'll have to check my email. Yeah, I'll check it. Renee, I hated those couches, but they're the best. They're the best. They're so nostalgic. They're so cool because they're so ugh. But they're so like at the same time. My mom and dad didn't have one. I think that they may have had one before we got our new furniture, and I just don't remember it. But with the wood trim. But I know that my brother was around for them. They were like, so just everybody had one. Everybody had that green, those gray, those beige couches. Those things were so ugly. Didn't they rock? I don't know. Now I'm going to have to look at the email. Let me go to the email. I'll tell you. What is it in 80s condition, or is it in like now our condition, like type stuff now? Like, if it's looking good, I'd be buying that. I love it. I love it. Reba. Yeah. Get the couch. Buy it. Buy it today. Buy it yesterday. You know what? Because even if, let's think about this, right? The wood alone is probably worth $300. You could recushion it. You know how to do that. Like, you know how to sew and stuff. I would totally take these cushions off, rip them, like, and use them for whatever you want. Like, use them for whatever you want, and then put a new cushion on here and then keep it or resell it. Yeah, that's what I would do. That's 80s wood. Okay, anything that is pre-1990s. If it's pre-1980s, it's real, but furniture's good. Furniture's good. If it's cars, even better, right? I tell Vincent all the time, put me in a 1970s car, 1960s. I don't care. Doesn't matter what the car is as long as it runs, because at least it's made with metal, This person put a 4, and then they wrote peace as in like peace out couch set. So that they're my people when they're spelling it like that. But yeah, I would totally take the cushions off and just buy cushions, see cushions. I'd redo the cushions. If you can't afford to redo the cushions right away, just redo the fabric on the cushions, and then, yeah, because that was nice. That's like really nice. It's nice wood. Listen to us. We're over here just like, and they have the coffee table. That's awesome. Casey, everyone's going to want one. Oh, yeah, the old power steering. Oh, they do have the old power. Yeah. My brother's truck, he let me borrow it. Thank you for letting me borrow that 20 years ago. But the power steering would go out every once in a while, and no one told me. No one told me. It was a 1990s or 1986 or something. I don't know. It was before 90s, I think. But whatever it was a GMC Sierra, the big ones, I felt like I was driving like a school bus. And then my brother didn't tell me the power steering went out. It just go out sometimes. I forget what he told me to do fix it. I was like, I'm gonna kill you. Hey, Miss J. I can't believe she just gave it to us. Oh, you got one too? Okay, now we're all gonna have one. We're all gonna be in the ugly couch like club. But they're heavy. Yeah, I would say that wood looks nice. The wood looks nice on it. I'm not gonna lie. Let me go back. Yeah, I mean, I would get it. Oh yeah, it does have that big chunky wood. Yeah, that wood's worth $300. I would get it. I would redo the cushions, and then whatever you want to keep the cushions or whatever you want to use that cushion design for. And yeah, then use that. Yeah, this one's super heavy. This one's super heavy. And then I mean, the wood does look, I mean, it's like that, that thick, like actual wood, not what is it called? Plywood. I hate that. They be tricking you. They be tricking you with that stuff. That's why I'm always over there, like knocking on wood. I have to buy furniture, and I always make sure at the bottoms they're wood and not like metal legs. Oh, get the boys to go get. I'd send them. I would say, hey, I talked to my my spiritual advisor. She said, go. I talked to my spiritual advisors, and they told me to go get it. Oh yeah, let me see. I can pull it up and show you what the couch looks like. Let me see if it'll let me. Yeah, it'll let me show you like this, and just there's nothing on here. So. Yeah, there's not. Now, nobody contact this person before Reba goes and gets her couch. I'm just kidding. You can't see their name or anything. But this is the couch. This is what we're talking about. With the nature scene on the back. And it is too. It's got the little wagon. Everybody's parents had these. And you, Reba, I bet you, when you were little, did you tell your mom you hated that couch probably? You're probably like, Mom, I hate this couch. Get rid of this ugly couch, this stupid, ugly couch. And then, fast forward 40 years. And Reba's like, I want the couch. I think that's great. 67 Impala. My brother had, or not my brother, my dad had a 67 Mustang. I think it was a 67. Yeah, it was nice with like the white, like the cloth kind of hard top. It was like a hard top, but it wasn't convertible. I don't think it was just like a leather top or something. I don't know. I just remember seeing pictures of it and it was beautiful. But thank you guys all for being here tonight. I appreciate you. I'll be back on tomorrow evening. I might put out a pre-recorded video tomorrow, like during the day. I'm not sure if I will or not, but I might. So if you see one pop up on your For You page, or your For You page, on your timeline, that's because you guys should all be subscribed, and that bell icon should be alerted. It should pop up for you guys. But I appreciate that. Oh, you had the Camaro with the T-tops. Did you have the Camaro that was the same as the Firebird? Had like the same year, or like the same, they're like the same model. Remember that one year in like 96 or something? It was like a certain year. They modeled after each other. It was like a Camaro and then like a Firebird or something. I just remember thinking they were so cool when I was younger. My friend, I was 3 years younger than her, but when she turned 15 and a half, her mom and dad got her a brand new Mustang. And I'm like, good thing you're my best friend. But thank you guys for being here. Oh, that's okay. But thank you guys for being here. I was like, what should I show you? I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Ooh, 85 Broncos. Those are nice. Does he still have it? Not anymore? Broncos are nice. I like those new Broncos. I guess they're like not like I don't think it wasn't a Bronco. I thought it was a Bronco and it was something else. They're super expensive though, but I don't know what it is. I'm going to have to go take a picture of it tomorrow because I saw it and I was like, or no, it is a Bronco, but it's like, I think a different, like a version that's like the higher end version of them. Like, and all like, they like when they bring back like new cars, they'll like have like a certain version. It's like a lower end and then the higher end. I think it was like the higher end. I was like, of course it was. That's why I liked it. Cause I thought it was a Jeep at first. And then I'm like, that's not a Jeep. I was like, that's a Bronco. It was a Bronco. But yeah. But have a great night, everybody. I hope you guys have a wonderful evening. Stay safe. Lock your doors, lock your windows. Keep your animals in the bed with you. Make sure that they're there to protect you. Mine are sleeping in the bed together. That's so sweet. They're not fighting. So I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Have a wonderful evening. Bye, guys.
Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to leave this out. We got this far, don't know how. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna let it out. Tonight, we gonna let it out. Tonight, we gonna let it out. Just like the sunrise, we gonna let it out. Just like a spark that's breaking out. Can't make a stop, can't turn back now. We know that there's no